The trailer's right. Oh! Dude, the freaking door closed right in front of me. Oh.
What the?
Whoa! Dude, that's
not the same place.
I don't know. Let's go back.
Dude, what in the hell?
Dude, I heard somebody walking up there.
We're gonna come upstairs unless you want us to leave. Let us know.
They went off trail looking for adventure. But deep in the woods, something didn't want them there. Strange footsteps, shadowy figures, and unexplained sounds slowly turned these trips into real nightmares. Now you're about to see some of the most horrifying off-trail encounters ever caught on camera. This camping footage is from the Omar Gosh vlogs, a creator known for exploring abandoned and reportedly active paranormal locations during overnight stays. What begins as an approach toward a burned RV site quickly escalates into a dangerous situation as doors move on their own. Unexplained impacts echo through the structure, and the environment begins reacting aggressively to the team's presence. The moment the team approaches the abandoned structure beside the burned RV, the atmosphere turns immediately hostile. A heavy trailer door slams shut on its own, with force strong enough to echo through the area. Nearby, multiple windows are found, freshly shattered, with broken glass scattered across the frame, creating the impression that something inside or around the structure has already been violently disturbed.
The trailer's right. Oh! Dude, the freaking door closed right in front of me. Oh. Hello? There's somebody living here. We brought you some food.
We got some help for you.
We're not here to hurt you or anything. Dude, what is this? Oh my gosh. Bro, that happened. Somebody broke the windows. That was not like that. Yeah, look, somebody. Look, there's broken glass.
What the hell, bro?
That was not like this. That's new right there, the motion sensors. Or, I don't know. They're...
You hear the cops? You know the cops? There's the cops out there. Maybe you want to...
While attempting to leave supplies inside the lower level, the situation escalates. A loud crash of breaking glass erupts from the upper floor, followed by heavy, deliberate footsteps pacing directly overhead. The movement continues in a controlled pattern, suggesting something actively moving above their position without any visible source.
Is anybody here?
Oh! Bro, what the hell? Was that the door?
Oh my god.
That was the freaking door.
Oh!
What?
Dude, what? Dude, what? Somebody's here. What? Somebody here?
Up there.
There is somebody up there?
There's gotta be.
You guys, we don't know. We really don't know. But
Who closed this door?
no, that's what I'm saying.
This door closed and then
Did you hear something upstairs?
I heard something. Yeah, I heard like glass breaking upstairs.
Yep. As soon as that door closed.
Hello? Would you like some water, some food, and some cash? Or do you want us to leave?
Dude, I heard somebody walking up there.
We're gonna come upstairs unless you want us to leave. Let us know.
Inside a back room used for setup, the environment appears altered. A heavy wooden chair is found violently positioned upside down against the wall, an arrangement not present during earlier observation. As the team documents the scene, the main exit door suddenly swings shut behind them, cutting off their immediate escape route and heightening the sense of containment inside the structure.
And I'll leave it. If there's no one here, I mean, maybe they'll come later. What the heck?
No.
Dude, that was not here. No. Dude, there's a chair like stuck to the wall. Look at this. That was not there last time. We were here just yesterday.
What the hell, bro?
Wow.
Seriously, what the hell's going on, dude? We were just here yesterday.
We were just here. Oh, look at this. Wait. Like, Mickey Mouse. Like somebody broke Mickey Mouse.
Guys, have you ever seen that video? I tried to clickbait Omar by yelling and screaming and freaking out, and it was just Donald Duck. It was kind of funny.
Oh, there's Donald Duck right
Yeah,
there.
that's the Donald Duck I clickbaited you with. And I pranked him upstairs, but like now, like this is like for real, for real.
Look, there's pillows and stuff in here. Like somebody's definitely been here. Maybe they were mad that we came. Dude, they broke this glass. What? Somebody, look, that wasn't
like that.
No.
No, actually.
I closed. Oh.
Whoa. What the hell was that? Whoa. What the hell was that?
That was the door closing again.
The door closing again.
Hello?
Wait, we closed the door, bro. The door was closed.
No, the door was open when we came back. I left it. Shh.
Near a damaged window frame, a subtle but clear audio anomaly is captured. A whisper is recorded directly into the microphone, despite no visible presence nearby. At the same moment, a sharp electronic disturbance occurs, resembling a sudden impact or minor explosion close to the structure.
This window, this was not like this. Somebody was here, like, literally, like, just, I don't know. I remember closing this window on my last vlog, and this...
I remember because you said, James, don't go this way.
Yeah, I closed it, because look, this is empty. Like, you could fall, hurt yourself there. How is it shattered like that, though?
Bro, I stuck my head in there. And that spider was looking in that hole right there.
Oh, I did look in here.
Laundry chute or something.
Bro, who wants to go upstairs? Cause like,
I'll go.
dude, I'm still like, what if somebody did come here? Dude? What if somebody's here? Hey, if there's somebody here, we come to bring some food and water. Coming.
Dude, what if they're up here, like in the 3rd floor? I really, really hate that somebody came here and broke all the windows. That's probably why whoever was sleeping here is not sleeping here
Wasn't
anymore.
open before, was it? I don't remember seeing this. Dude, look at that. Somebody could hide in
What is that? It's like I think that's a bullet.
Is that a bullet?
What was that?
What is that?
Dude, I heard a whisper. Yeah.
The final escalation forces a rapid retreat when a sudden swarming sound erupts from within the walls. A large mass of insects bursts from the structure, overwhelming the area and driving the campers back toward their vehicle.
Yeah, it's pissed. I just witnessed a spider grabbing one of those bees. Oh, I think that is a hornet, but look, right there's a spider. And it just, oh, there's more. Oh, we're getting attacked. Come on, let's get out of here.
Wait.
What? What?
You just buzzed my head. Watch out, I'm getting out of here.
I just heard footsteps
Dude, I heard
too.
footsteps in there, dude. I did.
Oh!
Get out.
Yo, we just got chased out of this house by a group of bees. So between bees and spirits, I don't know.
As they escape, a final heavy metallic bang echoes from the trailer behind them. The source is never identified, and the condition of the site remains unresolved. The camping trip ends abruptly after repeated structural disturbances and an intense environmental outbreak inside the abandoned property. This camping footage is from Moxley's Paranormal World, a creator known for overnight stays inside abandoned and reportedly active paranormal locations. What begins as a quiet overnight stay inside a deserted cottage quickly escalates into intense physical and environmental disturbances, including unexplained contact, sudden temperature shifts, and aggressive unseen activity. The experience begins in immediate fear inside the abandoned structure. While standing in a dark doorway, an unseen force makes direct physical contact with the vlogger's back. The sudden sensation is strong enough to cause panic, forcing her to step outside briefly to recover. The moment sets an immediate tone of danger inside the building.
I'm icy cold. I need to stand over it because I feel like something's right behind me. I'm so sorry.
No, that's alright. Can you step in front of this doorway for us? Katie's going in.
Oh, Mox! I'm sorry.
What was
Oh
it?
my god, that was awful.
What was it?
That was awful. Oh shit! It went turn around. Oh my god! I know what I'm going to say as well, and I'm gonna really. I know. You know what I'm going to tell you.
Like somebody stroked your back.
What did I have? I had the. Oh fuck.
You alright?
Yeah, just give me a minute, because that was just not nice. Look at the. Oh shit! The brick. I told you it's horrible in here. It's awful.
Wow, you're very emotional.
That went. Oh shit.
Need to get out.
No. I'm shaking.
You're physically shaking.
Jesus Christ, give me a second.
Inside a central room, the environment changes without warning. The temperature drops sharply, creating an intense freezing sensation throughout the space. Moments later, a strong smell resembling burning smoke fills the room, despite no visible fire or source capable of producing it.
Feel that there? No, honestly, here.
Oh,
That is,
what is that?
I don't know.
1950s.
1950s. That is.
That's a weird. It's not even.
It's like
a
an
weird
electricity.
feeling. It's like an electric feeling.
Is that you in front of us?
Excuse me.
You smell the burning? Smell that burning? That smells like fire. Did you? It was like a.
The situation escalates near the hallway as a clear, disembodied female voice echoes through the cottage, instructing to, "Please move back." Immediately after the voice is heard, the vlogger experiences a sudden constricting sensation around the throat, described as heavy and unexplainable pressure.
Me, I can't catch my breath. Smelling that again here. Oh. That was a clear female voice.
Medieval.
The girl that sadly passed away in this area. Are you still here?
During a spirit box session, a female voice is captured responding through the device. At the same time, a dark shadow-like movement appears behind the vlogger, while a nearby monitoring device flashes rapidly, indicating a sudden spike in activity within the environment.
What's not you?
I just heard another voice again.
Mate, it's strange, very strange in here.
I just heard it was a female voice that. And do you know what, right? Do you know what I can picture in here? It sounds. Oh god, it's going off. Oh my god, did you hear that woman's voice?
Yes, I did.
Do you know what? I can see it here and it's going off. Look at that, look at that. Imagine.
Did you come here on your dinner break?
The final escalation occurs near the doorway when a sudden impact strikes the back of the vlogger's head, forcing her forward without warning. No visible source is identified, and the incident ends the stay immediately.
Oh look.
Mate,
You're
right, no, I'm going to have to take a 2 minute. Just 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Don't normally just stop recording like that, but it just felt like, when I was stood over there, it felt like somebody just went on the back of my head. Right on the back of my head. It actually knocked my head forward a bit.
This is the only place.
It actually scared me, that, mate. That scared me.
Absolutely.
The visit ends abruptly as repeated physical disturbances and environmental anomalies make it impossible to remain inside the cottage any longer. This camping footage is from Omar Gosh TV, a creator known for overnight explorations of abandoned and reportedly haunted locations. A camping team enters a deserted auto dealership where broken structures, sealed storage rooms, and unexplained objects begin showing signs of independent movement during the night. Inside the unlit attic, the team spots a decorative snowman doll sitting on an old box. Without any cuts or visible interference, the camera briefly pans away and returns to reveal the doll has shifted several feet across the room, now positioned directly in front of them. The sudden change in placement creates immediate uncertainty, as no one is seen entering or interacting with the object.
Having the scariest thing in it. Holy shit. What? Look at my viewfinder. What the?
Whoa! Dude,
that's not the same laser.
I don't know. Let's go back.
Dude, what in the hell? It's still there? That's there?
Yeah, it's there.
Holy! Dude, no fucking way.
Dude, no way.
No.
Bro, how did that move right in front of us?
That was about a 30 seconds from us walking there to there. How did that move?
It's got to be here somewhere.
Dude, what the fuck, man?
There's two of those.
Dude, are you for real? Guys, there is no edit cuts in this video. None whatsoever. It's not here, huh?
Later, the team opens a sealed storage room that has reportedly remained locked for decades. The moment they enter, a heavy wooden door slams shut behind them with force, leaving no visible explanation for the movement. Inside, they discover they are trapped in a confined space, with a steep drop leading to the lower floor, while the main exit remains completely sealed off.
What?
Yo!
What?
Yo, the monkey!
What?
The monkey!
Are you freaking kidding me?
Here!
What that? Dude, my camera will not focus. There it goes.
Holy shit, freaking monkey's here!
That door just closed.
Does that have an automatic close thing?
That thing is ancient, just like this door here.
Please tell me that we can get back in there.
I don't know, man. Because
Well-
if that door's locked, we're screwed.
Can we go down this way?
It's about a 14-foot drop to the bottom.
Guys, the monkey! Bro, we're stuck in a room with a freaking monkey! We're literally stuck in a room with a monkey, bro. I'm freaking out right now.
This door closed on its own. I don't want to be here.
What the hell did you, bro? Get some dead ammo for in there.
Dude, I'm scared.
There is a rope down there, but
From outside the building, a parked vehicle arrives and comes to a stop near the property fence. Its engine shuts off and the headlights flash directly toward the structure. Upon inspection, the interior of the vehicle appears completely empty. The situation becomes more unsettling due to its resemblance to a previously recorded driverless vehicle incident under similar circumstances.
Yes, that car out there at the gate, I don't know if you can see it or not.
Yo, that's the same car from the live stream the other
I
day.
swear to you,
2 days
that
ago.
car just pulled up, turned its lights off, and turned everything off inside there.
is there somebody inside it?
I don't know. I mean, obviously, the thing drove up here, turned its lights off and everything.
Did you guys say on Snapchat or anything? Or
No,
I
I'm
did
zooming
now.
into that right now. You guys remember 2 days ago when I did a live stream here? That same car pulled up out of nowhere and nobody was in it. Dude, there's nobody inside of it.
What the hell, dude?
As the team observes the upper attic windows from outside, a life-sized sock monkey doll is seen standing in the middle frame. The same doll had been secured earlier inside a sealed back room. Its new position at the window suggests movement within the building, despite no visible presence inside.
Oh, this is freezing for me. Oh! Dude, I just seen something move up there.
The window?
It was like a figure.
Oh! Yo!
What?
What the f is that?
What?
Yo, it's the monkey!
No.
I kid you not!
Where?
I kid you not!
Where?
It's in the window, look!
Which one? There's
Zoom in.
4 of them.
The one above.
5 of them.
Oh, I see it. It's right there.
There's no way there's a monkey there.
Which window?
Dude, look at
I see it. It's the very middle window.
zooming back into it right now. There's
The camping attempt ends abruptly as extreme cold conditions and repeated unexplained movements force the team to abandon the property and leave the site behind. This video comes from YouTube creator Cliffhanger Paranormal, where he investigates remote Australian bushland linked to Yowie sightings, strange encounters, and unexplained activity. In this episode, he enters Narrawali Creek Reserve after receiving reports from local fishermen who claimed they saw a massive creature standing across the creek with glowing white eyes that suddenly rose from around 4 feet to nearly 8 feet tall, sending them running in panic.
Not many humans would be out here trudging through this shit, that's for sure. But that's where I want to be. I want to be in that thicker stuff. The big hairy lads, that's where they're going to be. So where I'm currently headed, I'm headed to a spot where I got a report where somebody stood at the edge of a river fishing. They were shining a spotlight over the other side of the river. They seen a big pair of white eyes over the other side. They were about 4 foot off the ground. As they shone the spotlight on this thing, 4 foot turned into 8 foot, whatever it was stood up. Gave all these kids a fucking massive fright. They all got up and took off and ran home quick as a flash. So whatever it was, put the wind up them. But I'm going to go to that spot now and check it out. It's coming up to last light now. As you can see, it's very thick. Perfect Yowie territory, if you ask me.
As darkness falls, the investigation becomes stranger. While scanning the mangroves with thermal and infrared, he begins hearing possible wood knocks coming from deep across the creek. Sounds often linked to alleged Yowie encounters.
So I've also heard reports of wood knocks coming from the other side here, so I might try doing a bit of wood knocking later. So I've heard very mixed reports about wood knocking. Some people claim it's fine and it's just the way they communicate, but we don't know what we're saying when we do it, so it could be very foolish, but for science, I'll give it a go. I'll tell you something I didn't do. Adequately prepare for the level of mosquitoes out here. Mate, I'll tell you what. Bloody mozzies out here the size of pterodactyls.
Things become more unsettling when he discovers strange structures deep in the bush, including an X-shaped stick formation and a snapped tree that appears to have been deliberately pushed over, something he says would require serious force. The most intense moment happens later in the night, when he suddenly realizes something in the dense bush appears to be matching his footsteps. Every time he walks, it walks. Every time he stops, it stops. Despite checking with thermal, he cannot see anything through the thick vegetation.
Now it seems like there's something matching my footsteps in the bush next to me pretty deep. It's only really walking when I'm walking. Seems to stop when I stop.
Shortly after trying wood knocking himself, he says he is hit with an overwhelming sense of dread so intense that his heart starts racing and he nearly breaks into a sprint back towards suburbia.
Alright guys, I'm right at the edge of suburbia again, thank God. I just want to share something that happened. So I've got the bright idea back there. I wasn't filming it, but I got the bright idea to pick up a stick and hit a tree. So I gave it 6 hard whacks. I didn't hear anything in response. But that really strong, overwhelming sense of dread that I talk about in all my podcasts, I was completely overcome by that, to the point where my heart was racing. Felt like I was going to jump out of my body, like I almost started sprinting. I was that terrified.
By the end, he connects the experience to a previous encounter his mother had in the same stretch of bush, where she claimed something unseen was paralleling her movements before heavy bipedal footsteps began crashing through the darkness beside her. What starts as a simple scouting mission slowly turns into one of his most unsettling night investigations. This camping footage is from Dara Ta, a creator known for exploring highly restricted and abandoned locations across Europe. A camping team enters a restricted island, known for its abandoned asylum and long history of unexplained activity, where environmental anomalies, distorted audio responses, and unusual thermal signatures begin appearing deep within the structure. Inside the unlit hallways, a thermal imaging camera detects a distinct heat signature moving along the wall. The pattern is steady and intentional, as if following a defined path through the darkness. The signature eventually leads the team toward the entrance of the abandoned asylum's bell tower, where visibility drops and the atmosphere becomes increasingly unstable.
Right, you ready? Let's see if anything in this entire place has any kind of different heat signature. There's like a trail of heat. Right, let's follow this. Wow, that is freaky as hell, man. There is literally a bit of a heat signature following along the wall. Oh man, where is it taking us? There's definitely, wait, there's some heat up here through the door. That door is warmer than everything outside. Oh, yeah, there's heat in here for some reason.
Inside the bell tower, a spirit box session produces a sudden and aggressive response. Multiple phrases are heard through the device, spoken in Italian, forming structured warnings rather than random noise. The tone and repetition suggest direct instruction, repeatedly indicating that the team should leave the island immediately. The intensity of the response escalates quickly, cutting the session short.
Talk to some ghosts.
So as much as I was laughing and joking, we were about to experience something really, really weird.
Well, they're definitely Italian.
We couldn't understand Italian, so we realized we were going to have to take it off the island for translation. But first we needed to collect as much audio as possible. Were these ghosts telling us we were about to be murdered? I don't know.
To be honest, I'm just hearing great music. I can't speak Italian, so now it's time for us to just sleep, I guess.
After the session, the recorded audio is later analyzed using translation tools. The decoded phrases include references to incident, leave, and exploded, creating the impression of a dangerous past tied to the location. The meaning behind the communication remains unclear, but the consistency of the warning language suggests a hostile or unstable environment surrounding the campsite. In the aftermath of the trip, the team evacuates the island without incident during the journey back. However, the situation takes an unexpected turn afterward, as unexplained red marks are discovered on the vlogger's hands, and their translator is later detained at an airport under unclear circumstances. This field session is from Exploration Unknown, a creator known for documenting overnight explorations inside abandoned and reportedly active crime-related locations. This video comes from YouTube creator Franco Travels, where abandoned explorations and urban adventure investigations uncover disturbing encounters. What begins as a nighttime exploration of an abandoned factory quickly turns into a terrifying game of cat and mouse, after screams, shadowy figures, strange voices, and evidence of unknown occupants begin appearing throughout the building. While scanning the factory from outside, the investigator spots a bright light glowing from a third-floor window through his night vision camera. Invisible to the naked eye, the anomaly suggests someone is already hiding inside the dark building.
Nothing. Oh shit. I got something on the top window here, and it's really bright. And it's weird because for me I don't see anything. See it? Shit.
Moments later, a loud human scream suddenly echoes from within the factory. The chilling sound immediately confirms that multiple people may be moving through the structure.
Damn it. As of right now, I'm keeping an eye on that window. I could barely see like a hint of light. It looks like a candle, but I wouldn't have seen it had it not been for night vision. But I did just hear what sounded like yelling. Listen. Oh man, this is nerve-wracking.
After entering the building, the investigator begins hearing distant voices bouncing through the empty hallways. The tension escalates further when a clear, mocking laugh rings out from somewhere above him in the darkness. On the 3rd floor, the investigator discovers 3 freshly lit candles burning on a makeshift altar. Beside them sits a disturbing wooden mask, carved into a permanent scream. As he examines the scene, the sound of a child crying can be heard somewhere outside the building.
I can see the candle. I just turned off my flashlight. I can now see the light. Back on the IR.
The most alarming discovery occurs when night vision reveals one person standing motionless on a 2nd floor balcony, while another watches from a 3rd floor window above, confirming that multiple individuals are actively monitoring his movements.
I'm gonna turn on my IR, see what I see. Oh shit. There's somebody right there. Right on the 2nd floor. They're just staring at me, I think. What the fuck? There's somebody right on the 2nd floor there. I can see the eyes blinking. Oh my god, that is some creepy shit. There's somebody on the 3rd floor right now. That's probably the person that put candles there with that little artifact. I'm gonna walk the other way like I'm not even there. I'm gonna look normal. Oh my god, I just saw another light, I think. Downstairs. Oh shit.
Just as the investigator discusses his next move, a woman's laughter suddenly echoes through the factory once again, reinforcing the feeling that he is being followed through the building.
Usually I don't go in with my flashlights blazing until I'm pretty sure that this place is empty. Hold on. I hear voices already. I like how right when I was talking about that, I just start hearing laughing. You hear that? Okay. I'm gonna keep going in anyway. If I run into people, I run into people. See what happens. Well, that sounds like a woman laughing. Meaning she's probably not alone. Oh god, it is cold.
The investigation ends with one final scare inside a chemical laboratory, when several glass bottles suddenly crash from a shelf moments after he enters the room, prompting a rapid exit from the building.
One of these bottles just moved. It's probably a rat. Look. The bottles in the back here fell. Oh, that was creepy. As soon as I walked in, I thought somebody was back here hiding. I like how you see all these bottles. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? And then Saturday with the Corona bottles. They had a blast on Saturday. Then they went to Pepsi and went into a diet. And then repeat. Alright. I don't know what that was about. Maybe it happens again. This reminds me of when I was used to work at the hospital. These look like morgues. That's exactly how they look like, just like that.
With screams echoing through empty hallways, shadowy figures appearing in the darkness, and multiple unknown individuals seemingly tracking the investigation from start to finish, the true nature of what was hiding inside the abandoned factory remains completely unresolved. If you discovered that multiple unseen people were silently watching your every move inside an abandoned factory all night, would you keep exploring or head straight for the exit? This video comes from YouTube creator Exploring with Bear, where solo wilderness expeditions document disturbing encounters deep within isolated forests. What begins as a routine overnight camp quickly turns into a terrifying survival ordeal after violent impacts, unexplained footsteps, and signs of a hostile intruder begin surrounding the campsite in the middle of the night. While checking the perimeter after dark, the investigator narrowly avoids injury when a large branch or heavy wooden object suddenly crashes down from above and lands directly inside the campsite, signaling that something unusual may be moving nearby.
What the heck was that? That sucker came flying in. That just fall from up there? That's what I was telling you guys about the Widowmakers when you're pitching your tent. Like that was, I don't know what that was, but imagine if that was a monster limb now. What is that noise coming from the lake?
Only minutes later, a massive explosive bang erupts from the center of the campsite, while the investigator is away from his shelter. The sound is so loud and sudden that it creates the impression that someone has entered his camp without warning.
Did you guys hear that? That was a big frickin' bang by camp. The woods is becoming alive. Oh yes, here we go. Here's the offering tree. I crap my pants if now there was something up there. I just got the chills even thinking about it. But yeah, so a couple videos ago I left an offering. I left him a couple apples, banana, and then I don't know if he took them or another animal, but they're gone. Like there is no signs of anything now.
Shortly after midnight, a violent crash outside the tent jolts the investigator awake. Moments later, heavy footsteps can be heard crunching through the leaves and approaching directly toward the tent, stopping only a short distance from the fabric walls.
I just heard I don't know if I was even all the way asleep or what, but there was a huge crash outside. Do you hear that?
The encounter escalates dramatically when rocks and heavy debris begin striking the tent from outside. Trapped inside with no clear escape route, the investigator arms himself while the impacts continue hitting the shelter.
Something is standing right outside of the tent. It walked right up to the tent. Do you hear it? There it is again. What the heck is that? stuff at the tent. I'm armed. No. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have a freaking heart attack. Man, whatever that is, I don't know what. I almost feel like it could be people messing with me. I just heard it breathing. Oh! I can hear it.
As the attack continues, the investigator captures the chilling sound of deep breathing coming from just outside the tent entrance. The close-range audio suggests that whoever, or whatever, is outside has moved within only a few feet of the shelter. 1 week later, the investigator returns to inspect the abandoned campsite and discovers the tent completely destroyed. A heavy cinder block has been thrown directly onto the collapsed structure, revealing that significant force was used against the shelter after he fled.
Look at that. Frickin' cinder block. Someone destroyed the frickin' tent. I wonder if they thought I was laying in there when they threw that block on it. Man, that would have messed me up. Man, it looks like somebody was trying to hurt me. Yeah, so it's official. There's a frickin' maniac or something out here. Frickin' psychopath. Man, that is crazy. Oh, it's ripped up too. Look at all the rips in it. It's like it was cut. Yeah, look. Where's the door at? Anything in there?
A closer inspection uncovers an even more disturbing detail. Multiple sections of the tent have been deliberately sliced open with what appears to be a sharp blade, suggesting that a human intruder may have targeted the campsite after dark. With heavy footsteps approaching the tent, rocks striking the shelter throughout the night, and clear evidence of deliberate damage discovered afterward, the terrifying encounter raises a disturbing question. What would have happened if the camper had stayed until morning? This video comes from YouTube creator Restless Wanderer Backpacking, where remote backpacking expeditions and wilderness adventures document real encounters with the dangers hidden deep inside America's most isolated backcountry regions. What begins as a routine backpacking trip through the Great Smoky Mountains quickly transforms into a terrifying survival situation after hikers discover an abandoned campsite connected to a highly aggressive black bear guarding a deadly secret deep within a remote valley. While exploring an isolated section of the backcountry, the hikers come across a fully established campsite that appears completely abandoned. Personal belongings, food supplies, and even a cell phone remain scattered around the camp, as though the occupant had suddenly vanished.
There's a lone predatory male. So just a heads up, who knows what happened here, but for all of us to know. So these guys were hiking down the valley, making their way towards camp. Like I said, they had seen more bear sign than normal, and they had noted that on their way down. When they get to the bottom of the valley, they get to their campsite and they notice somebody had already set up camp there. There was a tent set, there was a makeshift picnic table. And in fact, here, this is part of the video here. If you look, that right there's the second hiker. The guy taking the video is the first hiker. This is that little makeshift table that people have made. It looks like out of wood and logs. But they got to that table. Another camp had been set. So they started setting up where they had availability and they started looking around. On the table, they noticed some personal artifacts. A cell phone was sitting there on the table. And to them, it looked like someone had made lunch and then gone for a little afternoon hike while leaving all their stuff out. So at first they were a little aggravated, right? They were thinking, why is he going to leave all this stuff out here? And it looks like even some food stuff. So they set up camp. They go down to the river.
The true danger becomes apparent moments later, while the team is near the water preparing to fish. As a camera pans across the opposite bank, a large black bear is suddenly revealed, hiding within the brush only a short distance away. The animal appears to be actively guarding something hidden nearby, while carefully watching the hiker's movements.
The table, and this guy goes down to the river to do some fishing, okay? And here, we'll take a look at the clip though. Let's watch this for a second. And then I'm going to stop a couple times to make some points. We'll watch it all the way through, and then we'll dive into what it really shows. There's that bear right there looking at him. Okay, so that bear had been sleeping on the other side of the river the entire time they were there, making coffee, setting up. They had not even noticed it. This guy had now gone back down to the river so he could do some fishing. He was trying to get a little fishing in, and he was down there looking for a spot, and he said he was looking around, and he started noticing a little bit of like refuse or maybe food trash on the other side of the bank. In fact, let me pull it back. Right here. Here, let me let it go. So right here, you see right here, he noticed that, and he said that started making him look around a little bit more, which is when he noticed that bear right on the other side.
Attempting to push the bear away using noise, trekking poles, and bear spray, the team manages to temporarily drive the animal uphill. However, a closer inspection of the area reveals the horrifying reason for its behavior. The bear had been guarding human remains hidden near the riverbank, aggressively maintaining control over the site and refusing to leave the area.
Now, this is also when they noticed the other hiker. So the bear, they think, was trying to drag him up, and then it tumbled the body back down into the river. So this is when they saw, oh, you know, shit, there's a body there. And they went across the stream since the bear had left to investigate more. The that blue thing, let me pull it up here real quick. So this blue thing right here, that is his rucksack or bear bag. That is the other hiker's bear bag. It's actually sitting right there, and a lot of the food had been strewn. And then that body of the hiker was right here. That bear was sleeping on it. And if you know how bears do with food, they kind of bury it, let stuff sit for a little while and sleep there. But he had stashed that hiker right here. Now they investigate the body. They're able to identify. They get some identification off of him. They tried to put him in a better place out of the water. They said secure him as gracefully as they could. At that point, though, the bear started coming back down aggressively at him. So he's coming down, trying to defend his little food stash, and these guys go back to camp. So they hike back the 20 feet or 30 feet across the river to the camp that they're at and come up with a game plan. And this is where these guys did amazing. They, first of all, broke camp down, okay? They are miles from cell signal, no beacon with them, and not sure exactly what they're going to do, he was saying. So they broke camp down one at a time. One guy would watch the bear, who was aggressively over there just watching him. The other guy would break his stuff down and pack, and they would take turns while they packed.
The situation reaches its most dangerous moment when the bear suddenly returns, charging back down the hillside in an attempt to reclaim the location. With no cellular service and help miles away, the hikers are forced into a tense emergency evacuation while keeping constant watch on the aggressive animal, observing them from across the stream.
Aggressively over there just watching them. The other guy would break his stuff down and pack, and they would take turns while they packed. Then they felt the need to one more time try to scare that bear off of the hiker. And they went out very aggressively again with rocks and hiking sticks to no avail. This time they said that bear was not leaving and in fact was becoming more aggressive with them. Then these guys took waterproof index cards, something I haven't carried in the past, but I might now. They took these and rubber band them around trees all around camp and on the trail coming in, explaining the situation, letting people know the danger, and just warning other folks in case they stumble in.
With an abandoned campsite, a predator guarding a deadly scene, and an emergency retreat through the remote wilderness. The encounter becomes one of the most disturbing backcountry discoveries imaginable. If you suddenly realized the bear watching you from across the river was not protecting food, but guarding a human kill site, would you investigate further or leave the area immediately before it returned? This video comes from YouTube creator Novice Wild Camper, where solo wild camping adventures and overnight wilderness expeditions across the United Kingdom. What begins as a peaceful winter camp on the isolated moorlands of the Peak District quickly transforms into a nerve-wracking overnight ordeal after a series of strange vocalizations and unexplained sounds begin surrounding the tent under the cover of darkness. At approximately 9:30 p.m., the silence of the winter landscape is suddenly broken by a series of unusual noises echoing across the dark moors. From inside the tent, the camper listens as deep, distorted vocalizations carry through the night, air from somewhere beyond the campsite, immediately changing the atmosphere of the isolated location.
Right, so I've heard deer, I've heard foxes make some really weird noises at night. But I don't know if you heard that. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up, but God knows what it is. It's quite a weird guttural sound. I'll try and boost it on the edit, see if you can. See if you can hear it, because that is really weird.
Moments later, the sounds appear to move closer. A distinct clicking noise emerges from somewhere near the tent, cutting through the freezing night. The camper pauses to listen carefully, realizing the sound seems far heavier and more deliberate than anything normally expected from the wind or small wildlife moving through the area.
I'll try and boost it on the edit, see if you can. See if you can hear it, because that is really weird. Did you hear that? That's quite eerie. It does not sound like a deer. Definitely doesn't sound like a fox. Odd. Right, I'm going to zip up and put my earplugs in, I think. Try and get some sleep, and hopefully I'll still be here in the morning. Good night. Good morning. I'm acting like I've just woke up. It's about 7 o'clock. I've been up since 5. Just trying to get some morning shots, which I posted up on Instagram and Facebook. Don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's a very weird sounding bird. Sounds like a kookaburra with a sore throat. It's not going to do it now.
As the disturbance continues, a low growl-like sound suddenly echoes through the fog surrounding the campsite. Unable to identify the source, the camper notes that the vocalization does not resemble any familiar calls commonly associated with local wildlife, increasing concerns that something unknown may be moving nearby. Just before dawn begins to break, the night reaches its most unsettling moment. A sharp, distorted screech suddenly erupts from the dense vegetation beside the tent, sounding unlike anything heard earlier in the night. With visibility restricted by darkness and thick mist, the source of the noise remains completely unseen.
Morning. I'm acting like I've just woke up. It's about 7 o'clock. I've been up since 5. Just trying to get some morning shots, which I posted up on Instagram and Facebook. Don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's a very weird sounding bird. Sounds like a kookaburra with a sore throat. It's not going to do it now. It's fairly close to camp, but apart from those weird noises last night, it was a very quiet one. Took ages to get off to sleep, but slept okay in the end. I haven't checked the thermometer, but when I checked it in the middle of the night, it was about 2 degrees. So I didn't get down too cold last night, but it was chilly enough. Got a fair bit of condensation in the tent tonight, on the inner as well, frustratingly, which I think has come from the outer and come through it. There was not a breeze last night. It was absolutely dead still. Really, really quiet and still night. So I've just got the camera set up on a night lapse at the moment to sort of see if that works this morning. Another attempt.
With strange vocalizations echoing across the moors, unexplained sounds drawing closer to the tent, and a final screech erupting from the darkness before sunrise. The unsettling events at White Edge remain completely unresolved. If you spent an entire night listening to unknown sounds circling your tent in the fog without ever seeing what was making them, would you stay until morning or leave the campsite immediately? This video follows a nighttime investigation inside a remote cemetery where the atmosphere quickly turns unsettling as strange sounds begin echoing through the dark. It opens with distant screams cutting through the forest silence, immediately setting a tense tone for the exploration ahead. As the investigator moves deeper into the graveyard, unexplained noises are heard, and an owl briefly appears, adding to the uneasy feeling of being watched.
So I've made it back out into the cemetery where there's usually a lot of homeless people or... Anyway, weird stuff you see out here 24/7. I'm already hearing somebody yelling from deep inside the forest. I have to kind of walk through here. I'm leaving my truck behind here. I'm going to make my way on the inside where I'm actually currently hearing what sounds like somebody yelling. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there's somebody yelling that way. Last time I was here, I was able to see a person walking with a cloth or some sort of robe or something running through the area, and then I saw a face on the other side. I haven't been here in a minute because I felt like the activity was just way too strong. I wanted to give this place some time before I came back here, only because I felt like every time I came out here, it was getting more and more and more crazy. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but there is a screaming. So I found the culprit. It's an owl. It's just staring right at me. I'm using IR, so I'm not blinding him. You scared the hell out of me. So for tonight's video, I want to see if I can contact what I think was a lady walking through here, or a spirit of a lady, or whatever. I do know that there's been times where I could hear what sounds like spiritual voices or whispering happen. I think I heard whispering coming from this mausoleum right behind me.
A spirit box session near a mausoleum brings the first clear signs of communication.
It looks like someone left a balloon with a beer here. The only thing is there's not even a tomb here for anybody. I don't know if it's for this one. And they just put it to the side. But it says happy birthday. Whose birthday is it? Can you tell me whose birthday it is? The balloon is swinging. Now there's barely...
Where I know.
Where I know. Where do you know? Right now my current wind speed on my watch is 0. I don't know if you guys could see that, but it says 0. There is a slight gust though. So I'm just gonna let you guys know. It's barely anything for me, but enough to definitely move a balloon. There is literally nothing around me. I'm just standing out here in the middle of the dirt, or in the graveyard. You know what? Ouch. I'm getting bitten alive by mosquitoes.
With faint voices responding alongside the strange discovery of a birthday balloon placed in the area. The tension escalates when female screams are heard nearby, pulling the investigation closer to the source.
Are you upset it's your birthday? Are you mad that you're not here? I'm sorry if I'm shaking this camera along, but I'm getting eaten alive by mosquitoes right now.
Yes.
It just said yes. So I am about 40 feet away from the balloon. And I could already hear, it sounds like moaning coming from the same area with the mausoleum. The same area where I seen the person walking. Everything is always right here in this area. And I think I just seen what looks like a flashlight.
Around the mausoleum, equipment readings and a mysterious light intensify the experience, suggesting something active within the area.
Let me see if I can zoom in. So I just seen the flashlight kind of hiding behind these two. There it is, you see it? Right there. Up, it's gone. I'm gonna zoom out. It's inside the forest.
Further attempts to communicate using a RIM pod and spirit box produce unsettling words like curse, stressed, and regret, adding a darker emotional tone to the session. As the investigation continues, the situation becomes more alarming when distant lights resembling people are seen moving through the cemetery, forcing caution and hesitation.
Because, with all the things that have happened here, including that crime scene, you see the light? It looks like it's coming from inside the fence, which is the crime scene area. Holy shit. Oh yeah, I see headlights now. I'm trying to keep the camera as still as I can. I kind of come up here.
Later, responses referencing Dr. Miller and the sound of crying deepen the sense of a lingering presence tied to the location. The team then explores a new path, where candles are discovered, and the distant sound of a passing train briefly breaks the silence. Back at the mausoleum, unexplained toy-like noises and heavy thuds suggest continued activity nearby.
Way above. What the hell is that? Oh, Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me.
In the final moments, a Ouija board is found inside a maintenance area, accompanied by a sudden temperature drop that hints at a strong presence still lingering.
And so far the door is still closed to the room. I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to night vision on this one, because it's gonna be hard for me to carry a flashlight while holding two things. See if I can pick up anything on the outside of the door. All I got on that stupid obvious was demon and door. Oh God, it is so dark in there. I don't mean to bother you. Whatever you are, I hope someone definitely closed the session. Stay here and don't follow me. I didn't come here for you. I just came here looking for anything else.
The investigation ends after discovering signs of a nearby encampment, leaving the night with a final sense of unease and unanswered questions. This video comes from YouTube creator Austin Armstrong, where solo camping adventures and wilderness expeditions document unusual encounters. What begins as a peaceful overnight camping trip near Patoka Lake quickly turns into a nerve-wracking ordeal after unexplained noises erupt from the darkness and strange physical evidence appears around the isolated campsite. Shortly after nightfall, the quiet forest is shattered by a massive booming sound, followed by a sharp, snapping impact from deep within the woods. The investigator immediately scans the surrounding trail with a powerful flashlight, but despite the alarming noise, nothing can be seen moving in the darkness. The unexplained disturbance leaves, him feeling as though something unseen may be watching from the tree line.
So it was mostly wet. What the? I don't know if you guys just heard that, but like something literally just went boom over there. Holy crap. I gotta go check it out. I don't see anything. Hello? I'm trying to find a rational explanation too. Like, maybe it was the wood.
Later that night, a routine perimeter check reveals something far more unsettling. A heavy metal safety sign that had previously been secured against a wooden camping table is discovered lying flat on a nearby gravel road. The unexpected relocation suggests that a significant force impacted the campsite while the investigator was away.
Alright, so, update. I found out what that crash was earlier. What it was, so I put the sign had fallen down in the middle of the road that said like, safe area, no dogs, no weapons. And so I set it up against one of the tables, like one of the camping tables. So I set it up against that because it was in the middle of the road. And I look over whenever I went out to go to the bathroom or something, and it was laying on the ground. So I was like, wait a minute, that makes sense. It was just a sign the entire time.
As midnight approaches, torrential rain begins flooding the area, and the atmosphere becomes increasingly tense. Alone in the wilderness with a dying phone battery and no way to drown out the sounds surrounding the campsite, the investigator ultimately abandons his tent and retreats to the safety of his vehicle, ending the trip early without ever discovering what caused the disturbances.
Alright, so here's the update. It's almost 1 a.m. and I bagged out of the tent because it's pouring and I got paranoid as hell. I'm not gonna lie. It's freaky out here by yourself. I'm not gonna lie, it's true. But that's okay. I'm warming up this the vehicle here, kind of charging my phone just in case I need to contact anything. I just figured I would be safer and warmer and better off in this van than in a tent.
With explosive sounds echoing through the forest, campsite equipment mysteriously displaced, and worsening weather trapping a lone camper in isolation, the disturbing events at Patoka Lake remain completely unexplained. This video comes from YouTube creator Under the Weather, where remote wilderness expeditions and solo winter survival camps document dangerous overnight stays deep inside isolated forests, river systems, and unforgiving terrain far away from civilization. What begins as a quiet overnight camping trip on a tiny island surrounded by rushing rivers quickly transforms into a terrifying psychological nightmare after strange laughter, unexplained movement, and heavy footsteps begin surrounding the campsite throughout the night. Deep into the night, the camper suddenly wakes after hearing unexplained disturbances outside the tent walls. Attempting to identify whoever may be nearby, he repeatedly calls out into the darkness but receives absolutely no response. Growing increasingly alarmed, He explains that his campsite sits on a small, isolated island, completely surrounded by rivers, making human access nearly impossible without being noticed beforehand. Moments later, he quietly arms himself with a knife after becoming convinced that someone or something is moving directly outside the tent.
Hello? 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 The thing is, I'm kind of on an island here, so there's river on that side, river on that side. It's very hard to get down here if it's a human, that is. Hello? Typical, now I can't hear a thing. Right, I'll turn the light off.
The situation escalates even further when strange noises begin cutting through the constant roar of the nearby waterfall. The camper freezes after hearing what sounds like frantic, hysterical laughter echoing from somewhere deep within the pitch black forest surrounding the island. Realizing he has absolutely no escape route until daylight arrives, he nervously tells the camera that if he does not survive the night, the footage may serve as his final message.
I've got a knife in here. I've got a knife. I've got a knife. Right. Well, that definitely sounded like somebody there. But there's no one here. Every time I come out, it's empty. Unless I come out the fucking river. I don't even think. No, because as I said, I'm basically on an island, so there's no way that anyone could actually get it. Jesus Christ! The fuck's... Hello? 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 Jesus Christ! Fuck that. Hello? Did that noise again. It sounds like somebody laughing outside, but I have no idea. Huh, unless it's the kelpies. Oh. Hello? Right, I might have to leave. But I can't leave, so I'm stuck here for the whole night. If I don't make it, this is my last will and testament, right? You're the last person to see me alive. Yeah.
Only minutes later, the camper is jolted awake once again after loud hysterical laughter suddenly erupts directly outside the tent walls. Terrified, he cautiously checks the perimeter before hearing heavy footsteps splashing through the shallow river surrounding the island, as though something is actively wading toward the campsite through the darkness. Unable to see anything despite the sounds rapidly approaching, he retreats back inside the tent in panic and waits silently for the disturbance to finally disappear.
Oh God. What a night that was. Oh, that was terrifying. It sounded like hysterical laughing that woke me up. Yeah, I just heard people, somebody, noises around there. Like somebody was coming through the water, like your mind running wild. And obviously I went out, had a wee look. Didn't see anything, then I heard like footsteps. I just ran back in here. And then it did go silent after a while, which was alright, so I did get back to sleep. How do we look outside and see any damage or anything? Right. Alright, can I open this with one hand? Oh, hello? Oh, look at that, sunshine. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Oh.
The following morning, the camper cautiously exits the tent to inspect the campsite in daylight. While checking the remains of his fire, he discovers something deeply unsettling. The firewood logs he had brought with him the night before have been deliberately moved and neatly stacked into a separate pile several feet away from where he originally left them. With nobody else supposedly anywhere near the isolated island, the disturbing rearrangement leaves the true identity of whatever approached the campsite during the night completely unexplained.
Well, some bird is become rather unfortunate. But as expected, everything seems in order. Yeah. So obviously the fire went out because it's pretty wet. That's why I brought my own wood. Hang on a minute. Yeah, what the fuck is that? Right. These were in a pile over there. Just sitting on the ground. Right. I think someone's playing.
With the surrounding rivers preventing escape, hysterical laughter echoing through the darkness, and physical evidence suggesting something had been moving around the campsite throughout the night, the camper ultimately leaves the island deeply disturbed by whatever encountered him in the wilderness. The footsteps, laughter, and carefully rearranged firewood remain completely unresolved. This video comes from YouTube creator Katie Romes, where solo camping expeditions and remote wilderness adventures document the realities of surviving alone deep inside isolated forests far away from civilization. What begins as a peaceful solo camping trip quickly transforms into a deeply unsettling ordeal after a group of unknown men unexpectedly arrive near the isolated campsite, forcing the lone camper into a tense midnight evacuation through the dark woods. While building a makeshift chair beside her secluded campsite, the camper suddenly hears unfamiliar male voices echoing through the forest, along with the smell of cigarette smoke drifting through the trees. Realizing strangers are dangerously close to her isolated position, she immediately begins recording continuously for safety and prepares to contact her family if the situation escalates further.
I can hear and smell a group of men. I can smell their cigarettes and I can hear them as well. So I'm just going to leave my camera on record for like the foreseeable future until they leave. I would be quite concerned if they came any closer. So I'm just going to leave my camera on in case, because if they come up, my camera's on, I'll be on the phone with my mum or something. I'll call my mum and just, fingers crossed they don't come, but I don't really, well, I'm out here alone and building a chair. They might be harmless, but it's better safe than sorry, so. If you ever are in a situation like this, put your camera on record and call someone. It's the best thing you can do. Oh, and maybe have a knife on hand. No, I'm joking about that last bit. Or am I? They're still not gone. This is it so far. I'm trying to be quiet because I don't want them to know I'm here. I am quite camouflaged. But I have seen them, so if I can see them, they can most likely see me. Oh, I'm scared. It's okay. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Anyone solo, if there's a group of people near you have every right to be concerned, because they are quite scary.
The camper remains completely silent while cautiously watching the group through the trees, terrified that her hidden campsite may already have been discovered. The tension worsens when the men begin blasting loud music through speakers, overwhelming the natural silence of the forest and making it impossible for her to relax. The situation becomes far more serious after the camper realizes the group is camped only around 50 meters away from her tent. After spotting her camp light, the men reportedly approach her campsite directly and attempt to interact with her, inviting her to join them for beers and dinner. Although the interaction appears calm on the surface, she remains visibly uncomfortable and attempts to end the conversation as quickly as possible.
Finished. I do believe it's time for some dinner. an update on the men. They are staying over there, probably about 50 meters away from me. They came over to say hello. They said they saw a light, which is this light. And they said hello, invited me for beers and for dinner. I said no thank you. Yeah, hopefully all is good. I'm sure everything will be fine. First of all, I don't drink, so like I just said, you know, sorry I don't drink, but you know, and I've had dinner already, which I haven't. I'm just making my dinner now. I don't really encounter people often. It's not a common occurrence. They're also still playing music, which is kind of annoying. Ooh. Well.
By midnight, the constant noise and growing fear finally pushed the camper into a full emergency retreat. In complete darkness, she rapidly dismantles her campsite, packs all of her gear, and nervously slips past the nearby group in order to escape back to her vehicle. Forced to abandon the wilderness camp entirely, the disturbing encounter leaves the isolated forest experience completely unresolved.
Well, it is currently around midnight right now. I've just packed up my bag and my tent because I don't know if you can hear that, but the music is really loud. I don't feel safe here, so I'm gonna head back to the car now. I'll see you there. Well, I am back at the car. It is around 12:30, pushing on 1 a.m. right now. I'm really disappointed that I had to leave.
With unfamiliar voices echoing through the woods, strangers camping only meters away from her tent, and no reliable way to guarantee her safety deep in the wilderness, the camper ultimately decides that escaping the forest was the only option left. If you were completely alone in the middle of the forest and realized a group of strangers had discovered your hidden campsite, would you risk staying through the night or leave before the situation became something far worse? This video comes from YouTube creator Brendan Explores, where remote camping expeditions and overnight wilderness explorations document disturbing encounters and unexplained activity deep within isolated locations far away from civilization. What begins as a quiet overnight camp on the desolate hills of Weaver Hills quickly turns into a terrifying midnight ordeal after unknown vehicles begin circling the isolated campsite, stalking the campers with spotlights, loud music, and strange activity hidden within the darkness. Deep into the night, the peaceful hillside camp is suddenly shattered after a vehicle aggressively drives past the campers' sleeping area. Startled awake, the team immediately exits their vans to investigate the darkness surrounding the isolated track. Moments later, the unknown vehicle begins repeatedly reversing and patrolling back and forth directly beside the campsite, leaving the campers visibly on edge.
Except for this one, but this one's not budging. As you can see, it's like stuck there. It'd take a lot to move these ones. But it sounded like it was one of these doors. That's so bizarre, they're all closed. Like, this night just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
The situation escalates into panic when the vehicle suddenly activates a powerful spotlight and shines it directly toward the camp. The investigators explain that the light appears to be actively tracking their movements through the darkness. The small van eventually stops on the ridge overlooking the campsite while keeping its high beams fixed directly on their position. Only moments later, a second vehicle, a Land Rover, suddenly speeds past the camp, blasting loud music through the thick fog. The intruders visibly acknowledge the campers before cutting their lights off completely near a distant bend in the road. Realizing how unlikely random traffic would be in such a remote area at that hour, the investigators grow increasingly convinced they are being deliberately targeted.
I swear I just heard the lock click. can just hear the ambient sounds of this old building, like the wind's blowing, and clearly it's making the wood creak, and there's pack rats. Like I said, there's pack rats everywhere in this building. They're in the walls, in the floor, in the ceiling, the attic above me, the basement below me, making all kinds of noise. They knocked something down the stairs earlier today, and that definitely woke me up. Sounds like metal dragging downstairs too. I don't know. I went down and checked it out. Couldn't come up with a source for it, but it's just all part of the fun.
As the tension reaches its peak, the team notices a massive glowing fire suddenly erupting over the top of the nearby hill. With 2 unidentified vehicles continuously circling the isolated area, while an unexplained blaze burns through the darkness above them, the true intentions of the midnight visitors remain completely unresolved.
If I had to rank this alone with the other ones, I'd say this one is honestly a close second behind the Coyote Night, just because of how disturbed I was from all the rats and animals and the motion sensor. It was just not a fun night. I got maybe...
With unknown vehicles repeatedly stalking the isolated campsite, powerful spotlights sweeping through the darkness, and a mysterious fire suddenly appearing on the ridge above the camp, the terrifying night at Weaver Hills quickly became far more dangerous than the investigators ever expected. If you were trapped at an isolated campsite deep in the hills while unknown vehicles continuously circled your position in the middle of the night, would you stay and investigate or leave the area before the situation escalated even further? This video comes from YouTube creator Exploring with Josh, where dangerous wilderness expeditions and abandoned location explorations document disturbing discoveries hidden deep inside isolated and historically infamous environments around the world. What begins as an exploration through Japan's infamous Sea of Trees forest quickly transforms into a deeply unsettling survival experience after unexplained silence, abandoned campsites, burned personal belongings, and bizarre markers begin appearing deeper within the isolated wilderness. While exploring deep inside the volcanic terrain, the team approaches a hidden wind cave where an intense freezing draft suddenly rises from beneath the rocks. The abrupt temperature drop creates a near-freezing microclimate that leaves the investigators physically shivering despite the warmer conditions outside the cave.
And everything just grew over this thousands and thousands of years, and that's how it created this form. The reason why the forest gets so quiet is because as you get deeper in, those lava rocks absorb all the sound, and that's why it feels like it's weird and things can go wrong. It also is why your service can kind of, mess up because of the rocks. Because of Mount Fuji, it causes the signal on your phone to mess up. That's all real stuff. I've never even done this before. Let's see how deep this goes. Must be kind of cold in there.
It is really cold in there, and look, the wind is blowing onto the wind chimes right now from the cave.
Holy crap, it's cold. It's way colder in there. It's like just right here, it is so freaking cold compared to right up there. It's like night and day difference. I feel like I need a jacket on right now, just like that. Yeah. Like, no joke, that's nuts. Well, it's not.
As the group ventures deeper beneath the dense canopy, every phone suddenly loses cellular service at the exact same moment. Almost instantly, the surrounding wilderness falls into a disturbing absolute silence, where even the normal sounds of the forest completely disappear.
Really get service in here. I'll even show you. If you have an Android, in the top right corner, I have no 4G, no 5G, no nothing. You noticed?
It's quiet.
Yeah.
Really quiet.
Super quiet.
You just hear the wind.
You know what's weird? It happened out of nowhere.
Yeah, we just crossed the line and it was invisible line.
Huh. I do admit, interesting. Very interesting, actually. So over here, there's a sign to go right or go left. And this could bring you to
The team bypasses a do not enter barrier and ventures off the designated trails into an isolated, restricted area. Moments later, a strange, disembodied sound suddenly echoes through the dense trees, forcing the investigators to immediately stop and listen as the atmosphere becomes increasingly tense.
ghost hunting for 5 years. I do think this place has a dark side. As you walk past here, this is where people say things happen. For some reason, it's in the do not enter sign. Now, why? I don't know. I don't know why crossing that threshold is where things happen that goes wrong. Because if I go this side, which again, it's this trail, can something happen to you there? Or is there anything haunted here? I don't know. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Why is it that right here is bad?
Following an orange ribbon trail through the dense undergrowth, the investigators discover a completely collapsed abandoned tent hidden deep within a remote hollow surrounded by unstable lava rock, suggesting someone had been secretly camping far beyond the normal hiking paths. Inspecting the abandoned campsite further, the team uncovers fake flowers, a discarded birthday cake box, and the burned remains of a personal journal scattered around the overturned tent, leaving behind disturbing evidence of a deeply emotional or traumatic event hidden within the forest.
It's not... You have to stick to your trails. It's dangerous.
Right down there, you see something white right there? I'm pretty sure that's a tent.
It does look like a tent.
Gotta be.
All right, let's go over there. Yeah. Oh my God! Jesus Christ! Fuck! Yeah, me too. All right, yeah, you did find a tent.
Oh, dude, I think an animal came through and just wrecked it.
Yeah, there is some sort of tent here. Okay. Well, let's see what's going on. Let's look around. Let's analyze. First off, there were fake flowers here, right? What's in here? Yeah, the whole tent's tipped over. They were burning something in the tent. That's like books, or there's burned pages over there. See, there's burned pages, like a journal. Right here. Someone's journal they were burning, see?
Nearby, the investigators discover large piles of gathered firewood alongside two completely melted portable battery chargers burned beyond recognition without any obvious explanation for the localized fire damage.
And then they just left. You guys screenshot this. We'll screenshot it too. You can chat GPT what it's saying, so we can kind of figure things out. There's this one. There's this one too. So there you go. If this is some sort of goodbye or anything, we have these two to look at. Screenshot it, and
Burning pants.
We'll see what it was, you know? This is another charger that burned. That says super fast charger. So they had two chargers here that burned. And they had, look at this, I didn't even notice, a bunch of firewood to keep going for days.
Venturing deeper into the wilderness, the group follows an ancient deteriorating string trail embedded into the moss-covered forest floor. The fragmented markers reveal that multiple separate individuals had systematically mapped this dangerous path through the isolated woods over many years.
Oh yeah, there's a ribbon.
Where?
There's a green ribbon right there.
Oh. There is. Oh, bro, wait. What's this string?
More? Oh. 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 Why does it go under?
Because the vegetation.
I thought I was going into the cave down there. And there's like a...
I don't know. I think from all the vegetation, though, it took it all. Yeah, it's a very old string, a ribbon. And what'd you say? You said you seen something here?
Yeah, still old. Also overgrown from what it looks like.
Oh, yep.
But it was done
a different color, too. Look.
Yeah,
see?
It's a different person. Oh. Oh, it's like totally disintegrated.
Yeah. It went down here. I'm surprised we're even seeing that. I didn't think people would go this off path.
With abandoned camps hidden beyond the official trails, unexplained sounds echoing through the trees, and disturbing personal belongings scattered throughout the isolated terrain, the terrifying mysteries surrounding the sea of trees remain completely unresolved. Do you believe the disturbing discoveries hidden throughout the sea of trees were simply traces left behind by lost explorers over the years? Or did the investigators unknowingly uncover evidence of something far darker hidden deep within the forest? This video comes from YouTube creator Search for Supernatural, where paranormal investigations and overnight explorations document alleged hauntings, unexplained entities, and disturbing supernatural encounters tied to isolated locations with dark historical legends. What begins as a nighttime investigation across the remote grounds of Pocomoke Ranch quickly spirals into a terrifying paranormal ordeal after disembodied crying, shadowy lights, violent footsteps, and intelligent responses from an unseen presence begin surrounding the investigators deep within the property. While discussing the isolated property layout, the team suddenly hears faint crying echoing from the pitch-black woods nearby. The owner explains that the ranch allegedly sits on an active intersection of ley lines, and recalls a disturbing incident where a tree branch was violently pulled backward and whipped directly toward him while he was alone. Venturing deeper into the property, the investigators approach a small abandoned shed hidden within the darkness. Attempting to establish communication, they challenge whatever may be watching them to interact with the glowing equipment placed on the ground, while several members begin feeling an overwhelming sense of being watched.
Right here. We'll venture the nighttime trails soon enough. Oh no.
I think I'm gonna put my wallet in my car. Yeah, don't use that.
It comes out right there.
Yeah.
Shine your light over there.
Huh?
I don't know, dude.
I don't see anything. These
Oh man.
Yeah.
It doesn't get easier.
Standing inside the doorway of the structure, the team suddenly notices that a bottle previously documented standing upright has mysteriously been knocked over without explanation, immediately escalating the tension surrounding the isolated shed. Near an old barn, a mysterious unexplained light suddenly manifests and moves through the darkness. Moments later, the investigators experience a severe temperature drop before a deep disembodied sound breaks the silence around them, despite failing to register on their recording equipment.
That bottle was sitting up earlier. That's crazy.
While navigating the wooded trails, the team hears what sounds like multiple unseen entities rapidly running through the thick brush surrounding them. Despite repeatedly scanning the area with flashlights, no visible figure is ever found before a loud impact suddenly echoes from deeper within the woods.
They're running off to where they're going. Unless these dudes know these trail systems like the back of their hand, I don't think anybody's cutting through these thick-ass woods. I mean, they're fucking... How the fuck are you gonna run without a light? Unless you got some night vision goggles on. Did you... I don't know, bro.
Arriving at Burnt Bridge, the site of an alleged 1800s tragedy involving a drowned mother and child, the investigators suddenly hear the distinct sound of a woman quietly crying beneath the bridge before an unexplained splash erupts from the dark creek below.
You hear that? That sounded like a
crying.
A crying.
You hear that? I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it sounds like a lady crying.
Sounds like she's whimpering, like, this is unreal.
Now you can see behind me.
The investigation turns chaotic near an abandoned house after a disembodied male voice suddenly echoes directly beside the team in the darkness. As they retreat in panic, a loud scream pierces the woods before an unexplained light manifests behind the structure. Attempting to return to their vehicle through the heavy fog, the investigators realize that deliberate footsteps are following directly behind them, perfectly mirroring their movements. Amid the heavy footfalls, the faint voice of an elderly woman can be heard calling out from somewhere within the darkness.
Nah, bro, come on. Stop this. They ain't doing this.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Hold up, there's somebody over here.
No, come on. I ain't doing that. Chill.
I'm dead ass.
Alright, chill. Come on, I'm not doing this.
Yo!
Yo, chill. Nah, please.
You all fucking erratic, bro. Calm down.
Dog, after what I just heard, what was that?
There they go again, bro.
Come on, bro. I don't play that shit.
So you just gonna walk off?
Come on, you can't see anything over there.
You got a fucking flashlight. Bro!
What?
There was a lady's voice.
Nah, bro. I hear that. Dude, can we come on?
Bro, I'm hearing footsteps right behind me.
Wait, jump out of front.
Oh! Nah, bro, nah. Oh, I'm hearing footsteps right behind me.
Wait, jump out in front of me.
Oh! Nah, bro, nah.
The investigators ultimately leave Pocomoke Ranch convinced that something deeply disturbing may still inhabit the isolated land. Do you believe the terrifying activity surrounding Pocomoke Ranch was genuine paranormal phenomena connected to the property's dark history? Or did the investigators unknowingly encounter something far more dangerous hidden within the woods? This video comes from YouTube creator The Paranormal Files. What begins as a paranormal investigation into the infamous ruins of Kay's Cross quickly descends into a terrifying nightmare after intelligent spirit communication. Violent electronic disturbances, shadowy lights, and unexplained footsteps begin surrounding the investigators deep within the isolated forest. A resident recounts a horrifying daytime encounter after spotting a towering cloaked figure standing motionless between the orchard trees, before suddenly charging toward him at unnatural speed. A later police search with K9 units reportedly failed to locate any suspects.
So a cloaked figure chasing people down.
Yeah, in this orchard here.
Down this, which row? This first one?
Yeah, this one right here. Because this used to be a main trail that they used, but it kind of got washed out. So it's not a main roadway right now. Yeah, so up here towards the top is where they said they were picking some of their apples, and that's where that whole incident happened.
Shit, we're only like 10 feet in,
10 feet in, I know, there's a lot.
We just started.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
As the active investigation begins, paranormal detection equipment suddenly activates on its own while bright red lights flash across the ruins. Multiple REM pod sensors trigger simultaneously, suggesting that an unseen presence may be standing directly in front of the cameras.
Okay, if you are here on the cross, okay, so, oh my god, dude, I have chills actually immediately, man. Okay, so if that is you here on the cross, can you touch one of the white lights?
Oh my god, dude. You just heard movement?
Yes.
Oh, what are the lights? What are the lights, dude? What are the lights?
Here, I'm gonna come back.
Oh my god. Holy shit, man. How is that possible? Okay, guys.
What is that, dude?
The electronic disturbances intensify when loud wood knocks and heavy rocks striking nearby trees begin echoing from the dark hillside surrounding the investigators, making it appear as though something hidden in the forest is actively tracking their movements.
Jeez, that sounds kind of close. Come on down. I'd like to see that REM pod go off again.
Oh, dude, the one in the middle! The one in the middle, dude!
Oh, shit.
Christ, the different one, man. I literally have not even... Oh my god, dude!
Okay, so the one...
I just reset
the one right
that.
here.
Dude, it moved. It likes the red.
What the heck?
That's actually crazy, because that's a different one now. Well, hold up. I'm going to show this with this.
Okay.
Check that out, guys. Different light now. And this one's red. This one's in the very middle. And I just reset this on camera. Y'all saw that.
The paralight just went up 1 bar. The paralight.
The lead investigator suddenly develops a severe headache while faint, unexplained lights begin moving through the distant tree line. Moments later, heavy, deliberate footsteps can be heard pacing just beyond the group in the darkness. The communication turns hostile after the spirit talker device suddenly says, "Threat and I'm still around." Moments after, the lead investigator experiences a sharp, unexplained pain in his lower back. The investigation reaches its most disturbing moment when the spirit talker suddenly says Lucifer before warning the team that a dangerous entity nearby intends to drain them. Immediately afterward, multiple phones and electronic devices begin suffering catastrophic battery failure simultaneously.
Lucy.
Lucy. Lucifer. The cross.
But if I'm still around, it's Lucy. If it's George yet, and are you saying that Lucy is a threat to us around here? That she's still here? Or you're still here?
REM pod.
Really?
Miracle.
Oh, miracle. What the heck? I'm a little confused on that. Okay, George, if this is you we're talking to and you're still around and you're saying Lucy is a threat, what is the threat to us?
Did you mean that Lucy is Satan? The devil? With all the devil worship that's been done right here on top of this cross?
Use your energy for this and go through.
Kid.
Oh. Would Lucy be a kid?
No.
I heard some movement over there. Hey, George, if Lucy is the threat and Lucy is a kid, what would be the threat? Oh, my shoulder just started to hurt.
Mine did too.
Dang. Ugh. It's like somebody pinched my neck around there.
Don't go.
Don't go.
Okay.
They're warning us about a threat somewhere else here, man.
That makes more sense.
With intelligent responses emerging from paranormal devices, unexplained footsteps surrounding the ruins, and multiple physical manifestations captured throughout the night, the terrifying phenomena surrounding Kay's Cross remain completely unexplained. Do you believe the horrifying activity surrounding Kay's Cross was genuine paranormal phenomena tied to the site's occult history? Or did the investigators unknowingly encounter something far darker hidden within the isolated forest?